This Superfund site and our team and all these scientists, engineers, contractors, this was probably the most difficult job we ever had to work on.
I mean, this was a project right in literally the heart of the Ashland community, on the shore of what is arguably the most pristine freshwater body of water perhaps in the world.
It was an interesting project from my perspective. It had both an upland component and an in-water component. It's very challenging with the community.
People are coming up here in our particular business because of Lake Superior. If you take care of the lake will take care of you, so.
So phase one was 90,000 tons of excavation.
So we did 2 city blocks to 30 feet deep. At about the same time as phase one, they were building the breakwater because we realized we needed a breakwater in order to do some dredging.
So we started the design and the permitting of the breakwater in January of 2015. And by November of 2015, it was completed. And I think the speed was because there was trust.
It got to a point, if they ran into anything, they contacted me. That isn't usual, on these sites.
By having that upfront personal meetings, discussing the topics, it developed a trust.
The community relations on this project started even years before the actual project began.
Whether it be Xcel, whether it be Foth, it was really getting information out that people could understand.
The community began to understand the challenges that we had.
This is what it's going to look like when we clean it up. This is what it's going to smell like.
We are monitoring air quality for any health concerns.
People started to really trust what was going to happen here. And I think communication was absolutely key to this whole project and to the success of the project.
Innovation on this project, there were some initial designs, like with our silt curtains, to control the turbidity level.
Part of the complexity was cleaning up the sediments underneath the bay. So we had to agitate the mud to remove it, and yet we had to contain the chemicals within this very tight area.
Through our pilot project, we came to realize that we would need probably more of those than what were in the original design.
One of the things that we learned here, and it's really helped Foth and other sites, is we sat down with the contractors. It would advance ideas, that typically could take months. It would happen sometimes in a matter of an hour or two. And that team included US EPA and Wisconsin DNR.
The regulator usually isn't part of the team. And on this, in order to keep this flowing smoothly, that's what had to happen.
On a very, very complex site, this team came together and we got it done.
I think the final tallies reflect that we removed 225,000 tons of sediment, wood, waste wood, other contaminants from the bay.
Nationwide, even EPA sites, they're looking at cleanup goals in the hundreds of parts per million. Here we ended up at 3 parts per million. So we got the contamination out of there.
From my memory, we had 500,000 hours of work without a safety incident. And the duration of the project, I think we only had 1 lost time safety incident, and that was somebody with a strained back.
To get it done on schedule and within budget, as a project manager, that's of course what I pride myself on.
And we far exceeded our cleanup goals, which, that doesn't happen very often. For what I've seen nationwide, this is one of the best cleanups that's happened.